Yes.
Let's talk about this government now and the fact that we have to wait till September. There's been a lot of talk about that and the fact that Mr. President has given his reasons why he needs to make sure everything is clear. He needs proper candidates. He also needs to look back and make sure people are fitted in the right places. People are complaining, that his president probably even started April 1st. That's when he became pretty much the president, even though he wasn't sworn in yet, because he should have started gathering his team by then. Is it too long a time? Do you think we're losing out a lot on the fact that we don't have ministers now?
You can make a big case for that. And the reason you can make a big case for that is because Buhari has held the presidency since 2003. It's 12 years. Okay, so in 12 years, you are meeting people, you are consulting, you are talking to all kinds of technocrats, and I'm sure he would have had a lot of interactions with people and come to some conclusions by now, which is 12 years after he first started the presidency. So he had the campaign, then he had all that time rather to think about what he would like a cabinet to look like. If he wanted the top 15 people, who would they be? So if you make the case that he has had ample time to consider these things, you would be correct. Secondly, the issue is if you have multiple complex problems like Nigeria has, the faster you move, the better. He came in on a lot of goodwill. Some of that goodwill is either on hold or dissipated a bit because he doesn't have a government in place. That is also a problem because he has his own agenda. To execute your agenda, particularly on the toughest things, you need popular support behind you and you need to move quickly. Once a year finishes now, once you enter 2016, you have the PDP go even more full scale on opposition.
Yes.
And it becomes a problem as well. He has this issue of the National Assembly. You can't even tell them, stop and do what I asked you to do this work. You haven't even given them any work to do. There is nobody to screen. There's nobody to have, there's nothing to have hearings over. So all these things are problems. Now, the longer he leaves this, he continues to raise the bar for what they're supposed to achieve. If they came in and they were sworn in in June rather, they would have said, okay, they are trying to adjust to the terrain on ground and everything. But since so if he insists on clearing the way for them, he is raising the stakes higher and higher and higher. So if you have a minister coming in and then beginning to dally for 2-3 months, the question then becomes, so why did you keep them away for so long?
Yeah. But a lot of people have also said that, he has a very good case for what he's doing. I've seen how, the government had just left, the party was in power for 16 years. So it was always seamless for them, sort of, to continue in the transitions, and they had maybe an agenda as a party. This is a different time now. This is a brand new party who's coming. There's a lot they're probably discovering, like you said, and they're wondering, okay, maybe we should wait a bit. Maybe we should make sure this is closed before we put someone there and stuff like that. So you think it's justified?
Well, you see, Buhari came rose into power as on the pedestrian or on the platform of his anti-corruption stance. He can't just come in and and make it business as usual. We have to understand a lot of things, going through what the president has said. And looking at it from a managerial point of view, you're going to have ministers, not less than 36 of them. Once they're appointed, these ministers and special advisors now, they're going to have. About that. Yes, they're going to have.
They have to be aware of that.
They're going to have apartments in Abuja. They're going to have vehicles, aids, and a whole lot of things taken care of for them. This is going to cost a lot of money. You see, that is on one side. Buhari is still talking about reduction in, emoluments and all sort of allowances for himself and every other person. It has to happen. It has to be seen to be done by him, or a kind of example be shown by him before these things are going to. Everybody's going to believe. You don't expect such this government that rode on the platform of anti-corruption to come into power and they just come in and appoint, and he just comes in and appoint all sorts of people. No, even the ruling party, that the opposition party right now, PDP, had the ample opportunity to have prepared. They were looking at it. We should not blame the APC or Buhari for everything. The government that just left at the center should have been looking at this whole thing as it is not possible for us not to leave this place. Their handing over note should have been prepared before election itself.
No, but September, you don't think September is too far off? Nobody's saying he should have sworn
No,
in
he has
ministers.
he has 100 days.
Nobody's saying he should have sworn in ministers the next day. But I mean, May, June, July, August. You don't think that's too long?
Well, that is less than 100 days or about 100 days, and he has that time constitutionally.
Because people have said, I mean, a lot of people say, okay, no problems, you can take your time, you want to investigate people, you want to make sure you have people who are clean as ministers, but there are certain ministries that you don't just leave without someone in charge of them.
Yeah.
The two most important things for Nigeria today, security is a big problem.
Yes.
Our economy is going crazy. I mean, the Naira, I don't even want to look at the exchange rates anymore these days.
No, it's back up now.
Well, by like 20 Naira. And 20 Naira these days, the dollar is almost...
just negligible.
As long as it's still above 200 Naira for a lot of people, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The finance ministry and the Ministry of Defense, those are places that people would have thought, okay, put people there first, let them work. Then you can assemble your team. It happens in America that way.
Yes.
The U.S. president appoints certain ministers. There are some he leaves a month after.
Yeah.
I think the Ministry of Health, I think with Obama in his first term, came like a month after he was sworn in. But he had sworn in some other people like a week after he came in. So it doesn't have to take the list at the same time to the Senate, if you know what I'm saying. Is that not possible?
Well, the biggest argument you can give me, or I think that the most cogent argument would be that if Buhari was thinking about reducing number of ministries.
So he's trying to merge and...
If indeed he's trying to reduce or merge certain ministries, then the delay would make sense. But like you said, there are some core ministries that are clearly not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So if you appoint those ones first, then you now stay action on the other ones pending when you decide what you're going to do with them. So this idea of having 0 or 100 is also problematic, you know, for a lot of people, because finance in particular, like you said, what is the general economic direction of the country? What is going to be the policy going forward? All kinds of things are left open, and investment now becomes difficult to get because you don't know where exactly the wind is blowing, and it's a problem for a lot of people.
Well, if I'm to take out of 4 years, take 100 days to establish myself and get it right.
100 days where the economy looks like, okay, I mean, the Naira kind of recovered in the last 3 days.
We should not get
But these two sectors have actually gotten,
well, if a
by
minister
Nigerians' accounts, the average Nigerians' accounts,
yes,
these two sectors have actually gone worse in the
well,
last
if a minister comes in, see, all these things have been as bad as it is right now, before now. We are just beginning to see them because there is a change in government.
You think so?
Yes, that is how it is. You know, the stealing of crude oil, you see the finance ministry, all sort of things, coordinating. A minister is the one coordinating the economy and all that. You see, a lot of things have gone bad. Bringing a minister, the minister is not coming in with bags of money. He's going to manage what is on ground. He's going to manage the policy that Buhari himself is going to make clear or give to him. So it's not coming in with anything new or something. It's going to go with according to the APC, with their own ideology, with the policy that the party is having for the country.
Yes, 4 years is not really 4 years. The last year is for campaign. Everybody knows this. In a democracy where you have two terms of 4 years, the last year is campaign. Everybody knows this.
Maybe now, it's going to change with
now the problem is that maybe,
yes,
but nobody here has a crystal ball, and I'm not prepared to.
I mean, even America, they started campaigning.
Exactly.
In 2016.
As you can see. And guess what? The Iowa caucus, just for example, is more than six months away. It's in February, but the whole place is on lockdown already. So you have so this is the problem. So why don't we have a minister of finance, petroleum, education, agric, defense by now? If we had those ones, those are the core ministries, and they can drive where the administration is going, because you know there's no way to know what it will be like in another year from now. Yeah. Every single day matters so much.
All right, just on a final note now before we go, let's just quickly talk about, you know, the talk about Mr. President trying to negotiate. I know it was a lot of things were misunderstood from what he said. I know he talked about negotiating for the release of the girls.
Yes.
And people sort of said he was trying to negotiate with Boko Haram, which is what it is, but not necessarily for them to cease fire, but just to get the girls back. Is this something that we should explore, you think, very quickly?
Well, let us remember the words of Abubakar Shekau. Abubakar Shekau, first of all, does not recognize the Nigerian government in any shape or form. That's the first thing. Secondly, he has also made it clear, on top of that, that it is either Boko Haram or the Nigerian government. There is no middle ground. That is his last clear statements on whether they regard the Nigerian government in any form at all. You can't negotiate with someone you don't even recognize to begin with. And so what Buhari was doing, in my view, was to give himself a little bit of wiggle room, really.
No,
I know he doesn't expect to have any negotiations. I don't think so. And so all he's just doing is, on the off chance, maybe the 1%, 2% chance, maybe after incurring certain heavy losses, you may have some elements of Boko Haram prepared to talk, probably. But until then, until we are sure that they are properly on the back foot, I don't think there's any talk about that.
I think he premised he premised his negotiation or whatever on the issue of the Chibok girls. This is a situation.
Yeah, I think that was very clear.
Yes, that has attracted a lot of international. So Buhari is doing it and is so meticulous about it. He's so clear about it that he's negotiating. He's not even sure, just like you said, that they are still there. So I think it's on a good course if he has offered to do that.
All right, thank you very much, guys. I mean, talking about Nigeria almost makes you forget you're actually on TV. I mean, I got really into that. But thanks for being here today. Yeah, hopefully, we're all waiting for September. We hope the wait is actually worth it. That's worth it. That's all I'm talking about.
I can bet you.
I hope the wait is worth it.
I bet that.
Thanks for being here today.
Yes, you're welcome.
We'll be right back with more. Please stay with us.